Hello everybody.
Hi.
We are at King Robert the Bruce's cave. Quite excited about this because he was quite a famous dude, probably the second or if not the most famous Scotsman of all time. Not sure really. We're just outside a place called Kirkpatrick Fleming and it's on the caravan site which is actually called King Robert the Bruce's Cave Caravan and Campsite. And we thought about staying here, but it's £17 plus £3 for electric, that's £20 we're going to save. So we're not staying here, we've just come for the cave, which is £1 each for an adult. Are you ready?
Yeah,
come on.
Go.
It's very slippy.
I know.
There's a beautiful river running down here, and I thought we were going to have quite a walk actually to get to it. But it looks as if, Mazzy, we are here. Here is the cave. Wow, it's a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be.
Let's have a look.
Let's get in there. Beautiful.
Wow.
No wonder Robert the Bruce came in here. This is fantastic.
It's well cosy.
So Mazzy's actually lighting the tea tree things. All them have gone out, Mazzy.
Oh.
I'm really surprised at this. I thought it was going to be just like a little ledge on a cliff, but it's like a proper cave. What a view he had as well. Look at King Robert the Bruce's view. Ow! Don't do that with your head if you ever come in here. Look at the view from the cave. That is absolutely beautiful. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to read this, but I'll try to read it for you. Within this cave, I can't read it. Within this cave, King Robert Bruce from something, 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 something. There's no doubt about it. King Robert the Bruce did something in this cave. So let me just tell you the history about this beautiful cave. You're going to have to put up with the echoing because it's very echoey. Anyway, for a guy called William Irving, let's call him Billy. He had this estate, he lived here, and Robert the Bruce was a very good friend of his. Now, Robert the Bruce was just Robert the Bruce at the time, he wasn't the king. I did explain in a previous video at Loch Mabon Castle, that's where Robert the Bruce was born, which isn't far from here, it's about 20 minutes drive, 25 minutes drive. But that's where he was born and he became King of Scotland, King Robert I, Robert the Bruce, in 1306. So Robert the Bruce always thought he should be King of Scotland, but the English kept coming over and taking over all the castles and stuff and stopping him from being the king. And this Billy Irving, he sided with William the Conqueror, not William the Conqueror. Why did I say William the Conqueror?
No idea.
Robert the Bruce. Because he was like his best mate, he wanted him to be king as well, so they were good friends. Anyway, King Robert the Bruce, or Robert the Bruce, wasn't doing too well. The English were kicking his head in, and he kept losing all his battles and stuff. And the English were after him, so he ran away, and he came here, and he knocked on Billy's door. He said, Billy, help me, all the English are coming after me. So I'll tell you what, I've got a lovely little cave down there. There's no caravan spots available, or motorhome spots. The caravan site's full today, but I've got a lovely cave just looking over the river. You can stay there if you want. So Robert the Bruce says, yeah, please, if you don't mind, I'll just hide in there for a bit with a few of my mates. So the River Kirtle is just down there, and Billy says, just over at River Kirtle I've got a cave, you can stay in there. The Scottish were doing terribly at this time, fighting in all the wars and stuff. And he came here, and he stayed here. How long do you reckon he stayed in this cave for? Hidden, hiding, scared. How long?
5 years.
5 years?
Yeah.
In here?
Yeah. No?
No.
Oh.
3 months.
Oh.
I thought that was quite a long time. 5 years. So whilst Robert was hiding in here, he kept seeing every day there was a little spider just in the top corner of this doorway. Can you see that? It's not there now, it's not there now. But there was a little spider and it kept weaving a little web over the entrance to the cave. But every time there was a storm or anything, the web would break. But the spider never gave up. It would carry on, trying to weave this web. Now, at the time, Robert was thinking, I've had enough of this fighting business, I'm not right good at it, I give up. I'm just going to stay in here until it's safe. But he saw this spider keep doing this and being so persistent, it gave him some energy, and he thought to himself, you know what? You've got to try and try and try again. If at first you don't succeed, try and try again. That is where the saying comes from, if you didn't know. From this spider, from Robert the Bruce's cave. And apparently there's still spiders in this cave today, which are descendants from that very spider. Probably. So after getting all this inspiration from this little spider, Robert the Bruce went out there and he got loads of men, a load of supporters, went for English and went to Bannockburn. And the Battle of Bannockburn was won by the Scots. The English were defeated and he became the king or something. King Robert the Bruce. All because of a spider and this cave. That's the end of the story really. I haven't really got much more to say about it. It's just an hole in a cliff.
It's a cool hole.
It's a very cool hole. Could do with a little heater. I've just been looking through my notes, guys, and don't worry. You see this up here? I couldn't read it earlier. I couldn't quite make it out. I've got it in my notes, so it's okay. I can read it to you. It says, within this cave, King Robert the Bruce from foes pursuant. Don't even know what that means. Within this cave, King Robert the Bruce from foes pursuant sought a truce. Like my forebearers who for him fell, I Irving G and do guard it well. That's what it says. Don't know what it means, a load of rubbish really, but that's the cave. So the cave itself is 12 feet at its widest and 7 feet at its tallest. So it's not massive, but you know, it's a reasonable size. But back in the 1800s, you didn't have this pathway. This has been put in specially. In them days, we're actually 30 feet above the water down here. It's quite a scary looking drop. But in the 1800s, people who visited this cave, they had to come from the top of the cliff and swing down on a rope and swing into the cave, believe it or not. And apparently you can still see some graffiti within the cave from people over hundreds of years who've been visiting this. So it's a fascinating little story, but whether it's true, no one will ever know probably, because there's 4 other caves in Scotland who also say it is the cave Robert the Bruce stayed in. Is this the one? We'll never know. But the old saying, if at first you don't succeed, try and try again, came from him and this spider. But when you think about it, he will have had to break the spider's web to get out of the cave, which pretty much destroys that whole thing, because you can keep trying, but you still don't succeed. It still didn't succeed because he broke it. And ironically enough, he didn't succeed in the battles either, because Bruce's men were destroyed, as was in Scottish history. I think the English won or something. I don't know. So that's the cave. It's just a cave. It's just a hole in a cliff. But interesting all the same, if it's true. But yeah, just an hole. Can't say any more about it than that. What do you think of the hole?
I like it. Reminds me of the Flintstones.
The Flintstones.
Yeah. It's good, I like it.
The Flintstones. Bless you. How many out of 10 are we going to give it?
6 again.
6. I'll give it a 6 as well, yeah. 6 out of 10, I think that's fair enough. It's only £1. If you're passing by, it's worth coming in just to say you can be in the same cave as Robert the Bruce probably was in. Thanks for watching, guys. See you on the next one. Goodbye.